Hello and welcome to week 3 of DMK 301. The topic of this week is law and the impacts to social media marketing. As we know, social media is a key channel for many digital marketers to connect and market to consumers. One key social media law that is very much at the forefront of how we market through social media is Section 230. Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act is quoted as, "No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider." In other words, online intermediaries that host or republish speech are protected against a range of laws that might otherwise be used to hold them legally responsible for what others may say or do. The protected intermediaries include not only regular internet service providers, ISPs, but also a range of interactive computer service providers, including basically any online service that publishes third-party content, though there are important exceptions for certain criminal and intellectual property-based claims. CDA 230 creates a broad protection that allows innovation and free speech online to flourish. Basically, at the core of this social media law, Section 230, is two things. One, the right to free speech under our Constitution to allow regular users who go on social media platforms to post whatever free speech they would like to use. It also says sites like Facebook or Twitter do not have any legal liability for what their users publish on those websites. Because at the end of the day, Facebook and Twitter and other social media websites and platforms are just that, a platform for the regular public to get online and promote their free speech. However, depending on the criticality of a post, certain criminal or intellectual property-based claims could therefore potentially be in breach of this overall Decency Act. However, what it means is that there's regulations that perhaps a Twitter or Facebook or other social media website cannot necessarily stop others from posting what they say or do. This legal and policy framework has allowed YouTube and Vimeo users to upload their own videos, Amazon and Yelp to offer countless user reviews, Craigslist to host classified ads, and Facebook and Twitter to offer social networking to hundreds of millions of internet users. At the end of the day, this law has allowed social media to really exist. It's allowed others to not just post regular posts on Facebook and Twitter, but like it says, Amazon and Yelp to offer product reviews, restaurant reviews, vacation reviews. And we all know that in digital marketing how beneficial reviews are to the overall referral-based marketing that we try to use for digital. Given the sheer size of user-generated websites, for example, Facebook alone has more than 1 billion users, and YouTube users upload 100 hours of video every minute. It would be infeasible for online intermediaries to prevent objectionable content from cropping up on their site. With the amount of volume, the amount of people posting content, posting information on a regular basis, it's hard for these social media sites and in general for there to be a control mechanism to monitor all of it. So rather than face potential liability for their users' actions, most likely would not host any user content at all or need to protect themselves by being actively engaged in censoring what we say, what we see, and what we do online. In short, CDA 230 is perhaps the most influential law to protect the kind of innovation that has allowed the internet to thrive since 1996. Yes, there are ways, YouTube and Facebook and other social media sites, to monitor content. They can build algorithms, they can build automated tools to protect themselves from illegal or illicit type content that isn't allowed to be seen by the public. They can offer parental rights, parental controls to protect children. They can also provide terms and conditions to allow certain ages to see certain type of content. But overall, it's important that these social media sites and in our social media marketing efforts, we need to understand the volatility of this law. So other social media law and digital marketing challenges outside Section 230. Section 230 is the key core law that is still being looked at by political influences today. Depending on the administration in office or politicians in general, they may believe there may be more tightened laws around Section 230, that there needs to be more of a controlled environment, and who knows where that's going to go in the future. But Section 230 will always be evaluated from time to time. So that's where political influences and how this law may be perceived in the future is critical to know. As social media continues to emerge, so does the amount of risky user-generated content in the world. There is always a risk that the more and more individuals that use social media, that the more potential risky user-generated content that might be out there. If we market ourselves on social media, we have a responsibility for our content, but in general, social media as a whole has an overall, parameter of how to review the overall user-generated content out there beyond what companies are doing as well. Political and legal factors on this law, if ever changed, could become a challenge for digital marketers by further restricting the type of advertising they are allowed to generate on social media. So just because companies may be responsible, perhaps, if general users are doing inappropriate things and there is a legal or political influence to change the ability to what can be posted, therefore the challenge for digital marketers for companies does exist. If tighter reins are put on this law, it may also limit the amount of free speech and communication between customer and company, which is the core of CRM or customer relationship management. Social media is used as a platform to build and connect with consumers and to maintain relationships. If there are tighter regulations about what can and cannot be communicated through social media between customers and company, it may also be an impact to our overall CRM or customer relationship marketing capabilities. Lastly, as technology influences automated and personalized marketing, the further challenges to monitor all customer interactions will become more challenged for companies who adopt this type of marketing technology. As we offer one-to-one personalized social media posts or advertisements, as that's automated and it's speaking to many different segments and users at any given point, if more law regulates this, the more challenging it may be to monitor that type of automation, which really is a benefit to the digital marketer. Thank you for your time in week 3, and I do wish you a great day.